Ever wondered where all your hard-earned money goes? One moment, you're feeling pretty flush. The next, you're scraping the bottom of your piggy bank. It's like a magic trick, a mystery that leaves you scratching your head, but without the fun of a magician's reveal. You're not alone in this plight. It's a common conundrum that most of us experience, especially in our teenage years. Now imagine if we could solve this mystery. What if there was a method, a strategy, that could help you keep track of every single dollar, every single cent that you earn? A way to manage your money so effectively that you're never left wondering where it all vanished. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's not. The answer to this money mystery is something called zero-based budgeting. What if I told you there's a simple method that can help you take control of your money? Interested? Let's dive in. Welcome to the world of zero-based budgeting. Now, you might be thinking, what exactly is this fancy term? Well, let's break it down. Zero-based budgeting is a method of budgeting where every single dollar you earn has a specific role to play. Imagine, if you will, a movie where every character, no matter how small, has a vital part to enact. That's zero-based budgeting for you. Every dollar gets a job. Now, how does this differ from traditional budgeting methods, you ask? Let's take a moment to compare. Traditional budgeting often involves setting aside a certain percentage of your income for specific expense categories. This might be 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. But what if you're left with some money unaccounted for? This is where zero-based budgeting shines. It ensures that every dollar is assigned a task, leaving no room for idle money. In zero-based budgeting, you're essentially starting from scratch, hence the name. You begin at zero, and you allocate every dollar to a specific category. This could be rent, groceries, entertainment, savings, and so on. The goal is to ensure that your income minus your expenses equals zero. But don't worry, zero doesn't mean you're broke. It simply means that every dollar is actively contributing to your financial health. Think of it as a financial puzzle where you're the master. You decide where each piece, or in this case, each dollar, fits. This approach encourages you to be more mindful and intentional with your spending, helping you to better manage your money and ultimately achieve your financial goals. So there you have it, a quick introduction to the intriguing world of zero-based budgeting, a world where every dollar is a diligent worker, contributing to the grand scheme of your financial well-being. Sounds interesting, right? But how exactly does it work? Time to find out. First things first, know your total income. That's the cornerstone of any budgeting exercise, and it's especially crucial when you're working with a zero-based budget. Why? Because without a clear picture of your income, you're essentially navigating your financial journey blindfolded. So, let's get started. Your total income includes every penny that you earn. It's not just about your part-time job or the money you get from your parents for chores. You have to consider all sources of income: the cash gifts from your grandparents, the money you make selling your old video games, even the spare change you find under the couch cushions. Yes, every single dollar counts. Now, some of you might be thinking, I don't have a regular income, so how can I calculate it? That's a valid concern. If your income fluctuates, it's best to take an average of your earnings over the past few months. This gives you a reasonable estimate to work with. Remember, the key here is to be as accurate as possible. Why is accuracy so important? Well, imagine you're baking a cake. If you don't measure your ingredients correctly, your cake might not turn out as you expected. The same principle applies to budgeting. If you don't accurately calculate your income, you might end up overspending, which can lead you into a sticky financial situation. So, take your time. Dig up your paychecks, count your coins, and calculate your total income. It might seem like a tedious task, but trust me, it's worth it. Once you know exactly how much money you have coming in, you can start making informed decisions about how to spend it. This is your first step towards financial independence, towards taking control of your money instead of letting it control you. So go ahead, add up those numbers and give every dollar a job. Now that you've got your income figured out, what's next? Well, it's time to track your expenses, but that's a topic for our next scene. Stay tuned. Scene script. Step 2 is all about tracking your expenses. Now that you've calculated your income, it's time to flip the script and look at where your money is going. That's right, we're talking expenses. These are the purchases you make, the bills you pay, the money you spend on a day-to-day basis. Whether it's a pack of gum or a new pair of sneakers, every dollar you spend is a part of your financial story. Keeping track of all expenses, no matter how small, is a cornerstone of zero-based budgeting. I know it may seem tedious to jot down every single purchase, but trust me, it's worth it. It's like being a detective, but instead of solving a crime, you're unraveling the mystery of where your money goes. And the clues? They're in your expenses. You might be wondering, how do I track my expenses? Well, there are a couple of ways. You could go old school and carry around a small notebook. Write down every purchase as soon as you make it. This method may seem outdated, but it's effective. It forces you to be mindful of your spending habits. Or, if you're more tech-savvy, there are numerous mobile apps designed for expense tracking. These apps can categorize your expenses, provide insights into your spending habits, and even set budget limits for different categories. Whether you choose the pen and paper route or the digital path, the key is consistency. Make it a habit. Record every expense every day. This might seem like a chore at first, but in time it will become second nature. Now, don't be surprised if you find yourself shocked by how much you spend on certain things. That's the whole point of this exercise, to give you a clear picture of your spending habits. It's okay to be surprised, even a little disappointed. This is your chance to take control of your finances, to decide where your money goes instead of wondering where it went. With your expenses all noted down, you're ready for the next step. Scene script. Step 3. Categorize your expenses. Now that you've tracked all your expenses, it's time to give them a home. Think of it like sorting your clothes into drawers. You wouldn't throw your socks in with your shirts, would you? Similarly, your expenses need to be organized into different categories or buckets. Typically, these buckets are needs, wants, and savings. Let's kick off with the needs. These are the expenses you absolutely, positively can't do without. Think of things like rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, groceries, transportation costs, and health insurance. These are non-negotiables. They're the essentials that keep the lights on and the fridge stocked. Next, let's talk about the wants. These are the expenses that enhance your lifestyle but aren't strictly necessary for survival. We're talking about things like dining out, going to the movies, buying the latest video game, or splurging on that designer bag you've been eyeing. Remember, it's not bad to have wants. It's just important to know how much of your income they're eating up. Finally, we have savings. This bucket is for your future. It could be for an emergency fund, for college, for a down payment on a house, or even for that dream vacation. It's about putting aside a portion of your income to secure your financial future. Categorizing your expenses in this way can be a real eye-opener. It helps you understand where your money is going and whether your spending aligns with your priorities. You might discover that you're spending more on wants than needs, or not saving as much as you'd like. This is where zero-based budgeting shines. It gives you the power to adjust your spending to make sure every dollar is working towards your goals. So, grab those receipts, fire up your spreadsheet, and start sorting. Don't worry if it seems a bit daunting at first. Like any new skill, it gets easier with practice. And remember, there's no right or wrong way to categorize your expenses. It's all about what makes sense for you. With your expenses neatly categorized, you're one step closer to mastering zero-based budgeting. Step 4. Balance your budget. It's time to bring it all together. Now that we have our income calculated, our expenses tracked, and everything neatly categorized, we're ready to do some math. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Start by subtracting your total expenses from your total income. The objective here is to get to zero. Yes, you heard it right, zero. This is the core principle of zero-based budgeting. But hold on, getting to zero doesn't mean you're broke or you've overspent. Quite the contrary, it means every dollar you earn has a job. It's either going to an expense, saving, or investment. Let's break it down. If you earn $1,000 and you have $800 in expenses, you're left with $200. Now, this remaining money shouldn't just sit there. It needs a job. Maybe it's going into your savings account, or perhaps it's going towards that video game you've been eyeing. The point is, every dollar has a purpose. Now, what if your expenses exceed your income? Well, that's a sign to revisit your expenses. Maybe there are non-essential things you can cut back on, or perhaps you need to find ways to increase your income. But what if you're left with a surplus, even after assigning jobs to every dollar? Well, that's a pleasant problem to have. It means you can allocate more towards your savings, investments, or maybe treat yourself to something nice. Remember, the goal is not to restrict you, but to empower you. It's about knowing where your money is going and making conscious decisions about how you want to spend it. So take the time to review your budget, make adjustments as necessary, and ensure every dollar you earn has a job. Keep tweaking until your income minus your expenses equals zero. That's the magic of zero-based budgeting. And just like that, you've balanced your budget. Now you might be wondering, why go through all this hassle? Well, the benefits of zero-based budgeting are manifold, and they can make a real difference in your financial life. Let's dive in. First off, zero-based budgeting gives you better control over your money. It's like being the CEO of your own personal finance corporation. Every dollar has a specific job, and you get to decide what that job is. Whether it's paying for your groceries, saving for that new laptop, or investing for your future, you're in charge. This leads us to the second benefit: increased savings. When you assign every dollar a job, you're less likely to spend on impulse. You know exactly where your money is going, and you're making conscious decisions about your spending. This often results in more money staying in your wallet and ending up in your savings account. Next up is reduced financial stress. Let's face it, money worries can keep you up at night. But with zero-based budgeting, you're taking a proactive approach to your finances. You're not just reacting to financial surprises, you're planning for them. This can give you peace of mind, knowing that you've got things covered. Moreover, zero-based budgeting can help you reach your financial goals faster. Whether you're saving for college, planning a big trip, or just want to buy that new video game, having a plan for your money means you're more likely to get there. Lastly, it's a great way to develop financial discipline and responsibility. It might seem like a lot of work at first, but trust me, it gets easier. And the skills you learn, like prioritizing, planning, and sticking to a budget, will serve you well throughout your life. So, are you ready to give zero-based budgeting a try? So there you have it, a step-by-step guide to zero-based budgeting. We've journeyed together through the mysteries of money management and emerged enlightened with the power of zero-based budgeting. Let's take a moment to recap our adventure. We started by demystifying the concept of zero-based budgeting, a strategy where every dollar you earn is assigned a specific job. This method takes control of your income rather than letting your income control you. Next, we dove into the first step of this process: income calculation. By understanding our net income, we gained clarity on the resources we have at our disposal. Remember, knowledge is power, and knowing your income is the first step to financial independence. From there, we waded into the world of expense tracking. It's not always easy, but it's an essential step in understanding where our money is going. Colorful charts, spreadsheets, or simple pen and paper, use whatever method works best for you to keep track of those expenses. Our journey then took us to the realm of categorizing expenses. By separating our expenses into needs, wants, and savings, we learned to prioritize our spending and make more informed decisions. This categorization helps us to visualize our spending habits, enabling us to make changes where necessary. Next, we balanced the budget. The aim? To make our income minus our expenses equal to zero. This doesn't mean we spend all our money, but rather we give each dollar a purpose, whether that's for bills, savings, or a bit of fun. Finally, we explored the numerous benefits of zero-based budgeting. From gaining control over our finances to fostering a sense of responsibility and intentionality, this method has the power to transform our relationship with money. And now, it's over to you. Implement these steps, take control of your money, and start your journey towards financial freedom. Remember, every dollar needs a job. Assign them wisely and take control of your financial future. Thanks for watching.